Today I'm going to be talking about the differences between Uber and Lyft. For the drivers and the rider side, mainly on the driver's side, I'm going to be talking about pricing and which one should you choose and which one not. They're both pretty good. You don't have to worry about much on them, but you know, I'll give you my opinion on it, and then you can take it as you wish and whatever you want to do with it. But it'll be pretty good. Hopefully you guys like it. So first difference is, you know, if you guys haven't seen my other videos on what's needed to become an Uber or Lyft driver, I suggest you go back to the other videos. Just check them out. There's a bunch of them on my channel. I'll start with pricing. So as far as Uber goes, they're gonna start you off at $4 a minimum fare here in Los Angeles. In other states it'll be different, as well as other countries, so just keep that in mind. Don't take all these words for exact, you know, exact pricing. In other states it could be different, so I suggest you go to the Uber website and check out the pricing for it, or just download the app and it'll tell you what the pricing is, as long as you click on the icon on Uber X, Uber XL, or Uber Black. Anything above Uber X is going to be much pricier, so just keep that in mind and you'll be good with it. So just to start off, Uber charges a $4 minimum here in LA, so it's basically $1 with 61 base fare plus $1 saved rides fee. Basically, I think they started adding, it's not just Uber, other companies have been adding it too. And then they charge you 29 cents per minute and $1.25 per mile. There is a mandatory need of 4-person seating on your vehicle, so just keep that in mind. You have to have 4-person seating in your vehicle, and they'll tell you arrival time. This picture just shows you an exact way of how it would look, and I'm just taking a picture of general downtown, so just keep that in mind. Now if you go with Lyft here in Los Angeles, once again, pricing might be different in other states and cities, so on and so forth, so just keep that in mind. This is just Los Angeles pricing. Cost per mile is $1.13. Cost per minute is 26 cents, so you know, 3 cents less than Uber. Just for the pickup is 90 cents, and trust and safety fee, which is practically the same thing as Uber's rider safe driver's fee, so that's $1, same thing. The minimum base price for a Lyft ride would be $3. Any cancellation fees will be any cancellation from the rider for the driver will be an automatic $5. The reason is, we sometimes drive out there to certain locations 10 minutes away, 7 minutes away, it doesn't matter what it is, and sometimes people will cancel it and we lose money on that, believe me when I tell you. So just keep that in mind. And as far as Uber goes, they have a cancellation fee as well, but Uber doesn't really charge them unless you cancel it, but you gotta give them at least, like, I believe 5 to 10 minutes before you can cancel it. Same thing with Lyft, they recommend that you stay around the same area, so just keep that as far as pricing goes. Uber does surcharging, where they charge you more for the time being where the demand is high and they don't have enough drivers, so they'll charge you 1, 2, 3 times the price. Uber does not allow tips. That's how they do it. I guess that's how they compensate for the difference. They say the tip is included, but it's really not, so tips are not allowed through the payment system. Lyft does allow tips. Once at the end of the ride, you have an option to add a tip to it. There's also a thing called Primetime tips, which is similar to surcharging from Uber. Primetime tips is just where, same thing, the demand is high, there's not enough drivers, and what they'll do is they'll add like, let's say 25% to 50% to 100% Primetime tips. And all that is if they add 25% tip, it means that 25% increase is a tip added and paid directly to the driver. It's not cut out of the regular fare. So that's one of the big differences. Uber doesn't allow tips, Lyft does. Do I still take tips from Uber? I do. I just tell the people that it's not required, but it's appreciated. Lyft, they automatically just add it onto the actual payment once you end the ride, and they'll add it onto their fare. Lyft requires you to wear the mustache. Their minimum requirements for a vehicle is going to be 2000 car or newer, 4-door, as always. You will need to get inspected by a mentor. As far as they basically get a feel for you, and then they'll check out your vehicle. They check your turn signals, windshield wipers, headlights, brake lights, how's your interior, and you know, making sure everything's good, you know, checking your insurance and all that good stuff. So on the Uber side, they don't require that. You basically do everything online. You send everything in, as long as your background and so on gets approved, you're good and you're practically good to go. Once you're approved, they'll give you a little link where you could get the cell phone, a little welcome package with you. It'll just be an iPhone 4S for the most part. It could be something else, I don't know, but they'll probably send you an iPhone 4S. Make sure that it comes with like the car charger, you know, for every, you know, Android, iPhone 5, iPhone 4S, which are the main ones. So, which is a micro USB. and the other one. On the Uber side, I forgot to mention that Uber's phone that they send you is just so they can track you, your GPS, and let you know where to pick up somebody. Other than that, you cannot use your GPS on the actual phone they sent you. You cannot make any calls. You cannot even put music in there, which sucks, but whatever. They block all that, so don't even try to do it or root it or nothing like that. But that's it on the Uber side. But that's for the Uber side. Lyft does not supply you with a phone. You have to download their app. You still go through the very similar process as Uber, and once you get approved, you use your phone as your app. You use your GPS, you use the GPS that you want, and Uber does not require you to wear a damn mustache like Lyft does. Lyft requires you to wear a mustache. Most people don't put it, some put it on top of the dash, which is cool, but you know, whatever. You can lie and say that it fell off or something, but on Uber side, you don't need to wear nothing like that. You just have to have a clean car, that's it. Which one should you work for, Uber or Lyft? They're both good. Uber just has such a high amount of drivers out here. I mean, you really have to drive around. You either have to go to West Hollywood, Hollywood, North Hollywood, Santa Monica, Hermosa Beach, Marina Del Rey, Long Beach, which sucks completely. There's like no drivers out there. They started going onto the east side of the California, like Riverside and San Bernardino area, which I don't really know how it's out there because I haven't gone. But I mean, it's pretty cool, you know. Uber helps you promote yourself. They'll give you like a specific code with your business card. Well, technically it's just an Uber card with your specific code. So when you want to refer people, like it's a first time driver, they'll get a $20 credit and you will get $5 off of that. Not everybody gets it. I don't know if it's such a thing that everybody gets or you have to do a certain amount of time, but I've gotten that. Lyft has not sent me nothing like that, but I guess every once in a while they'll have their own promos. The difference between Uber and Lyft is they both have promos, but Uber gives you that little extra one where you get a little small cut of the credit if you refer somebody with the $20 credit. Where Lyft, I'm not sure they do that, but I haven't received anything from them. So which one will pay you more? They both take a 20% cut. As far as I know, every once in a while they'll drop something for a little bit of time, but as far as I know, right now, 20% cut of whatever you make. You'll probably make a tiny bit more with Uber, which I literally mean a tiny bit more. As you can see from the pricing, this is the total for each one. So it's only such a minuscule difference of like 70 cents, I believe. I lied to you. It's between 50 cents, I'll say 50 and 30 cents of a difference. So Uber will pay you, I guess, that much more. And you'll have those incentives with, as far as like the referring people with the little special code that you'll get for you. But Lyft also does something similar to it. Like they'll do little, you know, pick up certain amount of people. We'll give you $100 bonus by the end of the month, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, that's practically it on that side. Personally, I do like Lyft. I do like they're more responsive. They're more they cater more to the driver, I would say. They focus on customer service. They focus on the fist bump. Uber does not. Uber just focuses for you to basically just be professional. You're basically a private driver if you think about it that way. Lyft wants you to interact with people. Lyft wants you to tell people to come to the front seat. You don't have to make them. You don't have to fist bump them if they don't want you to, but they recommend you do it. They say that it's needed to have the damn mustache in the front, but I put it on the dash. Uber doesn't. It's, you know, it's all the same. You're doing it for money. Is it worth to do it? Is it worth to do any of these two companies? No, they're not. If you're doing it as a part-time gig, then yeah, they're great. You'll never make below 14 bucks an hour. I mean, you might make it one day that you have the shittiest day in the world, but other than that, you'll average out above 15. I averagely make between 20 and 30 bucks an hour. Sometimes if I'm lucky, I'll do 35, but average between 20 and 30. So it's a good part-time gig if you're just trying to supplement your income. You know, let's say you have a job that just can't work around your schedule. Well, that's the best thing about Uber and Lyft is you work when you want, however you want when you sign on. That's the best part. So it doesn't affect your life at all. You could choose when to work. If you only want to work an hour, work an hour. You want to work 2 hours, 3, 4, 5, whatever. You work it however you want. But like I said, you do put miles on your car. You do have to worry about all these things. So just do that. Subscribe, like, and thank you guys for watching these videos. And like I said, which one should you choose? Uber or Lyft? I do both. I do Lyft when Uber's having a horrible slow day, and I do Uber when I'm not getting any calls from Lyft. So it helps out to each one. they're practically the same. If you guys like it, please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace. Don't say nothing, bitch. Seriously. I'll fuck you up.